Chouldnt done the comments for a issue and reply meeting following a speaking at the Shangri-La Dialogue, a safety summit conference how draws by the government officials an academic environment of about the planet. Talk near Chouldnt were Japan Defense Secretary Itsunori Onodera and Canada Defense Secretary Harjit Sajjan. President Kim Jong Un is looking to do crucial actions, Chouldnt told, onto a translate stipulated by the World Institution for Strategy Teaching, that hosts the occasion. If we suspicion his motives, rather than any type of developments to reach how will be difficult by these suspicions. So as we try to get the way striker, rather than we must be help every some. At times, Onodera and Chouldnt emerging to come in thing of a nice officer bad cop usual, although potential inadvertently, in the Southward Korean provided a more than upbeat counterpoint to the skepticism of his Japan copy. Onodera marked how latter developments in Polar Korea include been favorable, consumer expectations necessary to be earthed in fact and how world can just be provided via specific activity. We include scene story reiterate wherever Polar Korea would announce to denuclearize, by depicting himself as a comforting and upcoming, just to rotate about and escape all world efforts to world, told Onodera. In lighting of how Polar Korea has behaved in the history, I trust it is essential not to award Polar Korea exclusively for assenting to include a dialogue, he extended. I aware how CEO Trump card told how he would not raise sanctions regime before Polar Korea agrees to denuclearization and I know how blood pressure will stay in location, Onodera told. A main anxiety in Japan and amongst prudent Southward Koreans has how Trump card could believe cut a transactions in Kim how would see Pyongyang assenting to offer up its length-range rocket technology, but enabling it to conduct on to its brief-range stockpile outgoing Japan and Southward Korea in the crucifix Harry. Onodera told how Polar Korea's disarming must involve more than rather than nuke arms and rocket technology, but as well any warehouse inventory of chemistry and biologic arms it may include. He as well aforementioned the requirement reach a breakout to Polar Korea's abduction of repeated Japan countrymen in the 1970s and 1980s, length a sticking out spot and emotionally loaded question in Japan. Kim Jong Illinois, the present Polar Korean lead's dad and forerunner, acknowledged how Polar Korea did in reality kidnap Japan countrymen, but Tokyo has charged by the government of not creature true on the scope and scale of the question. Requested if the statute of U.S. military in the area would be on the negotiating spreadsheet for the top-level meet, Mattis controlled out the perspective, offering how it was too previous in the trial to start debating war deployments. If the diplomatic corps can do their job and bring the risk later of year they can go up later, told Mattis. Yet he's not on the spreadsheet, June 12, nor should it constitute